Testing, testing, testing. One, two, three. Should be live. Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. My name is Evan Freiberger, and today we are going to be covering the severe weather across the northern Alabama, Kentucky, Tennessee area. Also, got some severe weather also happening back up here in Ohio as well. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning with 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds heading towards Cardigan and Mount Gilead. And then we got another storm back up here. Warned for the same thing, heading into Florence, Wakeman, Clarksfield, LaGrange, and
A
Alira.
new severe thunderstorm watch has been issued.
New severe thunderstorm watch has been issued. Let's go check that out. Let's go see what's hip happening over there. Let's see. Is the graphic out yet? Yes. We got a new severe thunderstorm watch out here over into Texas, where we have a couple tornadoes possible, scattered hail up to apple size, geez Louise, and scattered gusts up to 70 miles per hour likely. That's going to be out over here near San Antonio, San Marcos, Austin, Killeen, Waco, Claiborne, College Station, Palestine, Conroe, and Houston. So if you are in here and you see this and then you are in this area or any of the cities that I just pronounced, make sure that you guys are ready to go. Oh, shoot. Yep. You see the graphic, don't you? It's there in spirit. Why isn't it showing up? It should be showing up. Huh. Wait a second. It is on the right thing. No, there we go. Okay. I don't know what the heck was going on there. I actually had it set up before, but it was invisible. There we go. Let me go ahead and fix that really quick. Hi, everyone. Hello, hello. But yeah, so this is what we're talking about out there. Let me just go over it again. A couple tornadoes are possible. Scattered hail of up to apple size likely, and scattered gusts of up to 70 miles per hour likely. And that's going to be out over there near San Antonio, San Marcos, Austin, Killeen, Cleburne, Palestine, College Station, Conroe, and Houston. By the way, how does my mic sound? I had to like do an update on my app and it deleted everything, and so I had to go through the EQ and all that kind of stuff. Latest update back over here into Kentucky. We have a severe thunderstorm going into Russellville, Lewisburg, and Adairville. Also back over here near Beechmont. Have 60-mile-per-hour winds is the main concern here, going through Greenville, Beechmont, and Central City here in Kentucky. And then back over here near Madisonville, just to the east, heading towards Calhoun and Island. We have 60-mile-per-hour winds possible over there as well. And then back down here into the Nashville area here in Tennessee, we have a severe thunderstorm warning for 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds there. That's going to be heading up into Fairview here in a little bit. And then back down here to the south, I got a couple other 60-mile-per-hour winds. This one down here actually has golf ball sized hail over here near Waynesboro, Tennessee, moving off to the east towards 64 in Henryville. Also, we just got a new update on our Huron. I think they're going to be letting that one near Huron County, Ohio, one of those severe thunderstorm warnings to expire. Over here in northwestern Alabama, man, let me tell you, it's been taking all of my power not to just hop in the car and chase these little storms over here. I've been looking at them from my house pretty much all morning and afternoon, seeing them bubble up and slowly grow into eventually what I'm going to think is a little bit of a severe weather threat over here. But yeah, we got a 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds heading off towards Rogersville. So if you live in Rogersville, make sure that you are indoors and away from windows. Got another 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds heading up into Middleton, Hornsby, Bolivar as well. We also got a lot of scattered showers and thunderstorms happening over here east of Memphis. Those are slowly pushing off to the east. Maybe could have a little bit of a higher chance of some severe weather down here to the south near Oxford. Let me move this down to here. Water Valley and Coffeyville. And then back over to here in Louisiana, we also have some severe weather. That one just expired, never mind. And then this one down over here, have one near Kingwood for 1 inch hails, mainly the big issue there. Been noticing a little bit of rotation with this storm over the past couple of scans, but it does seem like it is struggling to really get any organized or stronger rotation. You can see it's come close there for a couple of times. So I am keeping my little eye on that storm as well. But basically, that is what we're talking about. What is this out over here? Why is it white? It should be white. There we go. But yeah, that's the latest. New update on this storm over here. Looks like some nickel-sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds heading towards Calhoun and Island. But hello, everyone. Clarksville's pretty good for now. Also, just got a new update on our severe thunderstorm in Dulles County. So let's go check that out. Oh, okay, that's that one. Okay, we just went over that one. What time will the storms get to Oak Ridge? Let me see where Oak Ridge is. Oak Ridge, Tennessee. It'll be a little bit. It'll be a little bit. You do have some thunderstorms popping up around you, though. So this will probably be your first threat of the day. Maybe some of those could become severe warned eventually. And then we also have this, complex of thunderstorms that will eventually be making it over into that area. So you might end up with 1 to 3 rounds of severe weather. Also, back over here, we have 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds heading towards Dahlonega. Oh gosh, Jesus! I tried to say that the best way possible, but it did not come out right. That sucks. Over here near Westminster. Over here near Westminster, we have 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds, and then we have another one back over here west of Greenville, heading towards Easley. Is there any way to say that without getting in trouble? Delone. No, there's no way. Even doing like the extended E does not help. Yeah, there's just no way to say that. I tried my best the first time and it did not work. I'm just going to avoid saying that word. I was not expecting it to come out like that. Why? I've noticed Alabama and Georgia every now and then, like this one right here, impossible to say without the same thing. I always log it in my brain, but that one I have never pronounced that one before. The first try was right. That's how you say it? Well, you know what? I'm not saying it ever again. Just letting you know. Just letting you know. Just not going to say that town name. It's not happening ever again, if that's how you really pronounce it. The long E. Yeah, maybe if I say it like that. The long E. Just like slow it down. Don't say it fast, guys. Don't say it fast, especially in front of in front of anybody. Especially not with an audience. I hate that stuff because someone can just like easily clip that and take it out of context, post it on social media, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh my gosh, y'all hear what Evan said?" Whatever. It's in the past now. Can only move on. All right, so that's the latest on the severe weather out there. Not really expecting too much. Let's go over the update on the risk today. We do have an enhanced risk out there. Quite the upgrade for today. And, we have pretty decent confidence that we're going to have widespread severe weather possible all the way out here from, Texas, Louisiana, going into Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, kind of what we're already seeing right now. Our tornado risk is out there, although it's kind of low. We're talking about a 2%. So we're probably not going to have any types of prolific tornado happen today. Hopefully nothing randomly strong. Maybe there could be some mesoscale accidents in Texas. And then also we have a pretty decent damaging wind risk. This is the main thing that has caused us to go live today, is because there's just going to be a lot of severe weather out there just in general. Also, our hail risk back over here near Uvalde, San Antonio, College Station, Austin, Killeen, Waco, Palestine, Tyler, Corsiana, and Lufkin. All need to be watching out for that large to very large hail threat to exist again. And that's kind of what we're looking out there. That's kind of like what we're looking at. Not a really fun day to be outside if you live in the southeast here. So we just got a new update on one of our severe thunderstorm warnings. That's going to be over here near Fairview. Still 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Looks like that hail is just south of Fairview and Bone Aqua Junction. And again, that's over there near Nashville. And a couple of tornadoes right by you last night. Yeah, there's a couple of them that happened really close to Killeen, Texas. Like, that could have been bad. That could have been really bad, but thankfully we avoided death. But I think one person did get injured with that severe weather. Refreshing break from streaming? Yeah, I did. I had a great break. I felt like absolute crap yesterday, though. Absolute crap. I thought I was going to wake up tomorrow or yesterday morning and be like, oh, wow, I feel nice and refreshed. But that did not happen. A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued over here near Hartford, Beaver Dam, and Rosine. If you guys live in that area, just watch out. Looks like we're talking about still 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Super chat. Yeah, let me see your super chat. Thank you, Ashley, for upgrading to an EF1 membership. And thank you, Tabletop Geek, for the $1.99. Thoughts were Wilmington should be pretty moderate. I mean, marginal, like severe weather like we're seeing right now, but probably not on as big of a scale. And, I think the outlook for you guys over there is a marginal. Yeah, not for tomorrow, but day 3, you're barely in a marginal risk. So not really expecting too much out there for right now. I live stream in my dreams. I literally do. People wake up refreshed sometimes, yeah. Not all the time though. We just got a new update or a new severe thunderstorm potentially over here in Arkansas. Over here near Friarsport, looks like Kahoma, 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds in the Arkansas area, about to come into western Mississippi. Over there near Friars Point, Jonestown, Darling, and Falcon. We also have another update on our severe thunderstorm warning here in Ohio. That's going to be for Iberia, Mount Gilead, and Carnegie, and that is over there just north of Columbus, Ohio. And then we've got another update over here near Tennessee. Still talking about those 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds heading towards Bellevue. That is going to be eventually the storm that comes into the Nashville, Tennessee area. And then we also had another update on this storm where we're now talking about $half-sized hail. So a little bit of an upgrade there heading into Farm, Hampshire, and Mount Pleasant. Actually, that might be a downgrade on that storm. One of these, no, that's an upgrade on that one. What time will the storms arrive in Houston today? They're kind of already around. They're already kind of hanging around. So we have one over here near Kingwood. That's for $half-sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. We got a special weather statement back over here. This one could eventually become severe. As of right now, it seems like the storms that are firing are mainly staying north of Houston, but that might change as this boundary kind of sinks down to the south a little bit. Rotation near Clarendon. Let me see. Let me see if you're a reliable source. Clarendon, Ohio. So this guy, let's see. Yeah, there's a little bit. So very good. Good spot. It's not very strong rotation, but there are a couple areas of rotation on some of these storms in Ohio, but they're really not at that level where I'm going to be concerned about them just yet. Kind of weak rotation. Let's check it from this radar. Yeah, you can see here, if we come over here to our, although I wouldn't completely rule out the NWS out here, trying to issue a warning for this. It is relatively weak right now. We're only talking about a VROD of about 20, which isn't really that strong rotation whatsoever, but there is a little bit of rotation in there near Carnegie and Mount Gilead. Not really seeing that signal pop up anywhere else. Thank you, Fire Captain, for becoming a WIMD member. Welcome. And also, we got a new update on our Georgia storm over here near nope. You know what it's. You guys know how to pronounce it. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be mainly for nickel-sized hail, and that's still over here in northern Georgia, just north of Gainesville. And then we have another one over here in Kentucky. That's going to be a new severe thunderstorm warning issued for Owensboro, Mosleyville, and Whitesville. That's going to be for 60-mile-per-hour winds there.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
Yeah, well, it looks like they have decided to pull the trigger on this tornado warning. So we got our first tornado warning of the day. Back over here in Ohio, tornado warning has been issued for Carnegie, Mount Gilead. You guys need to be in your safe spots there. Yeah, again, rotation is a little bit on the weaker side for sure. But Ohio is a little bit sensitive when it comes to their tornado warnings. So if you guys live in this area, you guys need to be in your safe spots just in case this storm does try to, get that rotation a little bit more organized. So again, if you live near Cardigan, Mount Gilead, Pulaskiville, Fulton, Chesterville, North Woodbury, and Johnsville, it wouldn't be a bad idea to be in your safe spots. Can I please get an answer on how do you get these pop-ups on the right corner? You mean this little exclamation mark? Not sure what you mean by that. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, it looks like we got another new update on our Kentucky storm. Looks like they might be allowing that one to expire. Yeah, this one's going to be allowed to expire there near Greenville. Did we get an update on this guy? Yeah, looks like we got a new severe thunderstorm warning on this storm back over here near Eudora and Kilburn. That is going to be pretty much right on the border there of Mississippi, Louisiana, and Arkansas. So it does seem like some of these storms are becoming a little bit more severe. So I wouldn't rule out a little bit more severe thunderstorm warnings to eventually be issued over there into Louisiana. Oh no, I programmed that myself. But it's a pretty crappy program, not gonna lie. It lags behind quite a bit. Let's come back over here and check in on our latest radar scan. Yeah, still pretty darn weak rotation there. I mean, we're still only talking about a V-rod of about now like 17. If this thing does spit out a tornado, it's going to be super weak. Maybe even comparable to a land spout. But I'd be in your safe spots just in case. You don't want any debris getting flung up in your house. Even like something at the strength of a land spout or like a gust NATO can still throw some debris around. I think no one is here for the $5 donation. I do appreciate that. Yeah, I've been getting plenty of rest. I had about pretty much a day and a half rest. Got about 10 hours of sleep last night and a bunch of naps yesterday. So I wouldn't say I'm 100%, but I'm definitely feeling better than I did. That is for sure. All right. Looks like we got a new update over here on our severe thunderstorm warning just north of Alabama into Tennessee here. It's got a bunch of storm activity happening. Now we're talking about $half sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Looks like that's about to be moving into the Pulaski, Tennessee area here shortly. So watch out there. And also Etheridge is probably about to get a little bit gnarly here in a little bit.
A new severe thunderstorm watch has been issued.
We just got a new severe thunderstorm watch over here into parts of Virginia, it looks like. Where else? Tennessee. Over there near Clayton, Knoxville, Sweetwater, Athens.
Watch has been issued.
Ohio. Yeah, I think those have already been there. Let me just double check. Let's get the graphic up if we can. Let's get that graphic going. Yeah, no graphic yet, but I'm waiting on it. All right, but that's the latest there. Let's come check back in on our latest velocities out of this storm. Looks like we're missing some data there. Yeah, not a whole lot has changed. Still pretty much on the weaker side of the rotation scale up here. Little update on this storm over here near Alira and LaGrange here in Oklahoma. Like this guy is getting a little bit more organized with some 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds heading towards LaGrange and Alira. Actually, a little area of some pretty weak rotation, but also a little bit of an inflow is developing on this storm south of Oberlin. So if you live in Pheasant Run, Lagrange, Oberlin, Belden, Grafton, Alira, and Eaton, I would be indoors and away from
A new
windows at the very
severe
least.
thunderstorm watch has been issued.
If you look into the history textbooks, you'll see that Canadians are freaking insane. That's funny. Yeah, that's in Ohio there. Don't know what I said, but sounds like I didn't say Ohio. Let's come check back over here in Kentucky. Over here just to the east of Hopkinsville near Bowling Green. We got another golf ball sized hailstorm over here heading towards Woodbury, Guy, Rockland, Richardsville, and Anna. And then over here in Texas, we also just got a new severe thunderstorm warning heading towards Browndell, Texas, and that's for 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds, and that's going to be way north of Beaumont, kind of around the Jasper area there. This is fun. I really like having this. This is like the coolest thing. You can now order the warnings here on WeatherWise to have the newest ones pop up first, and so you just kind of monitor that, and you can go directly to the newest warning. Over here near Franklin, Tennessee, you have 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Heading towards Boston, Leapers, and Trace View. That actually takes you guys have no idea, that actually takes a lot of stress off of me, because I always internally panic when I can't find the warning. Also, 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds has been issued. Looks like that's about to go into Collinwood, Tennessee here. And again, that's around the Lawrenceburg area. All right, what do we got going on with this storm? This tornado-warned storm. Yeah, still looks like a little area here of some pretty darn weak rotation at the moment over there near Cardigan. Hello, hello, welcome. When did this storm move south? What do you mean? It's kind of been going in that direction for a while. These storms are moving in all different directions. Some of them are going northeast. Some of them are going to the east. Some of them are going to the east. Some of them are going southeast. Just depends on where you are. You'll be getting some different characteristics and movement on your storms. So we just got a new new update on our severe thunderstorm warning. Still 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Heading towards Forest Hills. And again, this is about to move into the Nashville area here pretty shortly. Wasn't going to hit you thought it wasn't going to hit Georgia? I mean, there's just a lot of what's happening right now is we got a lot of instability and a little bit of flow in the area, causing these storms to be pretty darn active. But we're not really talking about significant severe weather for most of the areas. Yes, I am. I am feeling a little bit better rested. I got like 10 hours of sleep last night. So you're in Woodstock, Georgia, and it's storming here. All right. Thank you for letting me know. Yeah, a lot of little pop-up thunderstorms are possible today. Somebody's got a new update on our tornado warning. Looks like we are still radar indicated. So no new updates from the ground yet on this storm. Check our closest radar, and yeah, it looks like our rotation is starting to lose its marbles a little bit. I do want to come back up here and check in on this storm. Yeah, I still got a little bit of an RFD push here. Got some storms behind it, but one of the things that is pretty interesting that I've learned recently is that whenever you got a storm like this, essentially, it's hard to explain, but they kind of create their own little cold fronts, which is their gust front, their RFD. And typically, when we have storms kind of located out in front near its forward flank, that can induce a little bit more cold air into the storm's inflow. And so this, although you can't see it, this storm has a little bit of a boundary as well associated with it, and all that cold air from this storm is pouring into the inflow. So that's going to keep this storm from really doing much. But it does seem like we have some storms back over here. Not really. I don't know. I don't know if it actually means anything, because it can be a false alarm rate is quite high when dealing with nudger theory. But it's interesting. Watched a video about it yesterday, and it is a really interesting study. But we'll see if knowing it and using it actually helps me out at all. All right. Do we got any new updates? No new severe thunderstorm updates yet. I'm still waiting on the latest scan out over here. One thing I do want to do while we're waiting for more information to come in, I do want to get a camera out over here in the Nashville area. See if we just can't catch a little glimpse of one of these thunderstorms. Maybe we can get a shelf cloud? Question mark. Actually, our best resource for that is probably going to be Radar Omega. I know they got a lot of good live cams that we can use in this area. All right, so that's that. What do we got? We got one over here in the University of Nashville we can take a look at. Oh, yeah. Look at that. So there's Nashville, and there's your storm. Yeah, no confirmed tornadoes yet today, as far as I'm aware. And the garage just fizzled out. Yeah. Yeah, it happens. It wasn't really that strong in the first place, so it is not surprising. Let's see that, and I want to get our real radar up here. There we go. Yeah, right now we're watching this storm here in Nashville. It's about to come in. You can see there's your little shelf cloud. Behind that shelf cloud is going to be a mass of rain and wind, and maybe even hail, up to quarter sized with 60-mile-per-hour winds. QLCS Tor threat? Not really. You know, it was supposed to be a little bit more MCS type, but we have more it's more scattered, to be honest. Maybe this down here near Lawrenceburg eventually pushes out a cold pool. It's more like a scattered line of storms. All right, looks like we got a new severe thunderstorm warning over here near Mississippi. It's going to be for Paden, Tishomingo, Holcutt, and Jacinto. Back over here in Kentucky, got a new severe thunderstorm warning. This is $half sized hail. That's about to head into Windyville and Lindsayville and Brownsville. Also, the 60-mile-per-hour winds will be pretty present there. And in Louisiana, near Monroe, Louisiana, we have another one here with some quarter-sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds, heading up into about to head up into West Monroe there in a little bit. And that is the latest. And then we still got our tornado warning up here in Ohio that we've been keeping a close eye on. Let's just check on the latest velocities. Yeah, still very broad and weak rotation. But, you know, honestly, just knowing that it's Ohio and how they warn these storms, I would not rule them out extending this. I mean, that's about how it started. Let's put this down. Looks like the storm is now coming into the Nashville area, so make sure you folks there are indoors and away from windows. The good news is this is not going to be anything like that windstorm we covered in Nashville, in northern Nashville, not too long ago. You know, this is just your run-of-the-mill severe thunderstorm warning. Could have a little bit of hail in there. Definitely going to get pretty windy. Might lose power if your infrastructure is a little bit on the weak side. If you live near like big trees that are diseased, probably would be good to be closer to your safe spots. It's got a new severe thunderstorm warning somewhere. A new update on this severe thunderstorm warning near Owensboro. Looks like we're still talking about 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. So if you live near Owensboro, and Whitesville here into Kentucky, continue to be
severe thunderstorm
in your
watch has
safe
been
spots.
issued.
Another new severe thunderstorm watch has been issued. Yeah, once we start to see Nashville disappear in that heavy rain, that's when we know you guys are really going to be getting it. Help is a real person? Yeah. What? He is a real person. Believe it or not. Help is not a bot. Ooh, look at the winds picking up a little bit here. Oh, wow. Yeah, decent little winds here, shaking the camera a little bit, but you can see the trees out in front of the camera aren't really shaking too much. But here it comes. Looks like parts of looks like it's getting a little bit harder to see the Nashville skyline, although it's still there. Yeah, the tornado warning just expired in Ohio. We are now back down to 0 tornado warnings. All right, let's go ahead. Let's see if I can do this here really quick. Can I do this? Okay, never mind. We'll just keep switching back and forth in between our radars here. All right, let's go ahead and continue to give some updates out there. Let me also change my title really quick. All right, what do we got on our list? Looks like we got a couple of new updates. One over here near Nashville. Yeah, looks like they actually didn't decide to extend the severe thunderstorm warning, and they're bringing it in as a special weather statement. Holy moly! Jeez Louise, thank you, L.A. Miller, for the $100 donation. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lily, for the 5. Thank you, guys. You're 6 months pregnant, and you truly saved our lives on Tuesday. Aw, I'm glad I could help, Lily. I'm glad you and your little baby are okay. Yeah, another new update over here near Franklin, Tennessee. Looks like we are getting this severe thunderstorm warning to expire near Franklin. So it looks like that shouldn't be too big of an issue for Franklin. Then back over here near Elyria, looks like our storm is really struggling over here, but it's still severe. About to head into Strongsville, North Olmsted, and Westlake and Parma. And then we got another little update down over here near Lexington. That was over here near Belleville. Butler, that's going to be for 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. And then we got another update over here near Kentucky. This is north of Bowling Green, heading just east of Woodbury, Jetson, Riverside, Anna over there are in a severe thunderstorm warning. And then another one over here near Columbia, Tennessee, near Mount Pleasant. Looks like they're going to be allowing this one to expire. And that is the latest severe thunderstorm update. Let me see if I can get some of those graphics on these dang new severe thunderstorm watches, because we've gotten quite a few. The last couple didn't have graphics. Here we are. So our newest one was out over in this region. So that's going to be for parts of Kentucky. They're near Lexington, Richmond, London, Lafayette, Knoxville, Athens, and Chattanooga. Scattered hail of up to ping pong ball sized is possible. Severe gusts of up to 70 miles per hour likely, and frequent lightning is also possible. Yeah, huge shout out to L.A. Miller for that $100 donation. Thank you so much. Again, that is a huge help out to the channel, so I do appreciate that. And also to Lily. $5 might not be as much as 100, but it is still a lot to me. So thank you. As you can see, it's just kind of a mess. A big old mess of severe weather out here. A lot of these storms are going to be pretty low impact, though, as long as you're indoors and away from windows. We'll play our loop here for a little bit in the Tennessee, Alabama area, and then we'll go move it up into Ohio after that. How's Cleveland? Let me check out Cleveland for you. It looks like you are in a severe thunderstorm warning. You got a couple of pretty decent storms nearby you. One that's kind of in Cleveland, about to go into East Cleveland, and then we've got another storm behind that back over here near Strongsville, North Olmsted, and Parma. Eventually, that will try to make it into the Cleveland area, probably within the next 30 minutes or so. In fact, let's as we're up here, let's go ahead and play the loop. And then we'll come down here into Texas and Louisiana and play the loop out over here as well. How's Martinsville, Indiana? I don't think Indiana has much of a threat today. Pretty sure. Let me check. Yeah, there is a little bit of a threat. Like if you live over here near Louisville, Seymour, Austin, Madison in Indiana, that's where your main threat's going to be. But everybody else in Indiana probably won't see too much. Let's go do some more updates. Man, these updates are really rolling in. All right, we got a new update over here near Mississippi. Got some 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds heading towards Jonesboro, Falcon, and Darling. That's just south of South Haven near Clarksdale, Mississippi. Got another one over here near Belmont, Tishomingo, Paden, and Boonville. That is going to be going up into northeastern Mississippi eventually. With main threat, it's going to be 60-mile-per-hour winds. Probably not too much hail in that one. We got another one over here near Kentucky. It says it's for 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds, but it kind of looks like they might be about to allow that one to expire. That storm is kind of struggling there near Hartford, Kentucky. Back over here in Arkansas, still on the Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas border, heading off to the east into Mississippi eventually. Still 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Over here in South Carolina, just got a new severe thunderstorm warning. That's going to be just to the west of Greenville, heading down into Clemson, Pendleton, Sandy Springs, and Anderson. That's for 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. And then over here near Indiana, we got another storm over here near Cloverport, Channelton, Tell City, and Lewisport for 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. That seems to be the theme for today. 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. How many times you guys think I'm going to say that today? Is Reedsville, Georgia going to get hit? Let me check. Reedsville, Georgia. It's with an S, right? Am I spelling it wrong? Reedsville, Georgia. I don't think you guys have much of a risk down in here. Yeah. Probably not going to see much that far south, to be honest. Oh, wow. They did reissue a severe thunderstorm warning out over here for Nashville. Look at that. So it looks like it went through the city, and then they ended up reissuing one. Looks like we got 60-mile-per-hour winds, 1-inch hail, heading into Laverne, Smyrna, Gladeville, and Mount Juliet. At least 100 more times, probably so. Yeah, these new updates are coming in. So yeah, that was just issued just moments ago, and then we got another one over here near Whitesville with $half sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds heading towards Whitesville and Knoxville. There, that's just to the north and east of Madisonville, Kentucky. Do you need to prepare for anything? Probably not. You know, you just one of the main preparations that most people are going to have to do today is just to make sure if you hear lightning, just get indoors and away from windows. You know, it's not really a day to challenge that lightning and not go indoors, because as you can see, pretty much really from northern Alabama going into Kentucky, there's just going to be widespread severe weather. And then that's going to extend all the way back down into Mississippi, also into Louisiana, also into Texas. All right. Where to go over this one? Yeah. All right. No new updates to go through, but thank you so much for that $2, Jeremy. Looking like Cleburne County. Let's go check that out. Cleburne County in Alabama. We're almost neighbors. Yeah, I think you guys are pretty much like right on the edge here of that enhanced risk of severe weather, but that's going to be later on today. But some thunderstorms popping out, out into this warm sector out here can't be completely ruled out, and maybe some severe weather before our main line eventually kind of sinks down into your area. If we come back over here, oh, look at this over here near Nashville. This is what that severe storm looks like. Yikes! Bit of rain. Yeah, if we come back over here to our models and come over to our HRRR, you can see how today's generally just going to play out. We're going to have storms pretty much all the way around this boundary. Back over here where storms are moving maybe a little bit more to the east, could have an issue out there for some, stronger storms to develop and become maybe a higher chance for tornadic activity down over here in Texas. And then all the way across the board, really from Texas into Louisiana, Mississippi, going into Tennessee and parts of Kentucky, even up here into parts of Ohio and Pennsylvania as well. We're going to have some chances up there for some severe weather as this line propagates to the east. And it's pretty much just going to be waiting for that line to get to you. And then by the time we get into like the overnight periods, we're really going to see that severe threat basically come down to zero for a lot of folks. This line coming through ahead of schedule, not really sure. You really can't have much of a schedule with these storms, to be honest. Where was this one? Okay, that was that one. Been through that one. Okay, so we have another new severe thunderstorm warning over here south and east of Kingwood, where we actually have a little area of rotation here north of Crosby heading into 90 here. Been keeping an eye on this storm here and there, but now it's warned for 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. And then back over here into Georgia, just to the east of Somerset and kind of like right on the Georgia South Carolina line. It looks like they might be allowing, they're going to be allowing that one to expire here shortly. And then back over here near Ohio, south of Condit, we have what looks like a pretty decent little hail core in there. Probably a lot of hail falling out of that with 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. And that's going to be coming pretty close there to Centerburg here in Ohio. All right. Do I want a storm chaser for today? I don't know. Let me see who all's live. We might get PA storm trackers or like Pagey tornado if they're alive. It looks like Pagey tornado is going to go live in an hour 30 minutes. PA storm trackers is live, so let's go ahead and bring them up. They're over there near Round Rock, Texas. Driving in some rain. Just had lunch with PA storm trackers. That's pretty cool. Did I get good sleep yesterday? Yes, I did. PA storm trackers had a wonderful stream yesterday. Yeah, I think they caught a NATO, didn't they? And same with Pagey. And they got their little ducks. They're out there keeping us all safe. I think they call their viewers ducks. I love them. They're so genuine. Really great people to follow if you're looking for, some pretty funny and genuine peeps there. Chazzy, what are you doing? What are you doing? You just ate. What you begging for? You want some walnuts? All right, let's check back in with our latest update. It looks like we're getting a lot of updates over here in Ohio. Looks like we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning issued out over here near Tiverton, Nellie, Spring Mountain, Warsaw, King, and Clark. That's going to be over there near Coshocton, Ohio. And then we got another one back over here that was just issued for this storm, extended off to the east. That's near Centerburg, Howard, Danville, near Mount Vernon, Ohio. It's going to be for 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Another new one over here near Monroe, Louisiana. That's moving off to the east towards Monroe, Richwood. All need to be indoors and away from windows. Watch out. A little bit of a 1-inch hail or quarter-sized, or not quarter-sized hail, but some half-dollar-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds coming towards you guys. Let's bring our radar down here for a little bit. What's the worst storm? A severe thunder? Wait, I have a question. What's worse of a storm? A severe thunderstorm or a strong thunderstorm? Severe thunderstorm, yeah. Usually strong thunderstorms are just, I mean, just like, special weather statements or just some pretty strong winds or lightning. Yeah, they're really nice folks. I really enjoy their presence in the storm chasing world. It's so refreshing. Very refreshing. All right, looks like we just got another new update over here near Owensboro, Kentucky. That's going to be heading towards Knoxville and Whitesville. Here for 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. And then we'll go run the radar back up here into Ohio for a little bit as well. How's Southeast Texas looking? Looks like you're probably guys are probably going to get some severe weather down there. That's this is going to be widespread severe weather possible all the way up this line. It's going to be hit or miss depending on where these storms go. I wouldn't rule out, a chance for tornadoes with any of these storms that can like latch onto one of these boundaries out here, like this guy is trying to do, but with some broad circulation there. We do got a little bit of an outflow boundary kind of extending back into this region. So we get any storms that kind of move east on that boundary, could be a, isolated tornado threat back there. Yes, I did see that video. I actually retweeted it on X. You're gonna try to catch a fish. You're gonna be dodging lightning bolts out there, but you'll be all right. If you hear anything close, just get inside. Yeah, every now and then you got to take some rest. I'll tell you what, it's been a while since I felt that tired to where it affects me for like multiple days. All right, let's see what we got. Anything new? Already went over these in Ohio. Already went that one over that one. So we got a new update over here into Tennessee. 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds heading up into Columbia, Lanton, Spring Hill, and Chapel Hill. And then another little update over here near Ohio. Back over here near Parma, Garfield, and Cleveland, this storm is still moving through. Looks like they have observed 1-inch hail inside of the storm with 60-mile-per-hour winds possible coming probably just in a little bit there for Cleveland and Garfield. Yeah, I'm not pushing myself. I'm just here because I enjoy y'all's company. Honestly, we could probably get away with not covering an event like today because we're not really expecting too much significant severe weather today. So most folks know when you got a lightning bolt nearby, and I just want to make sure that we're not we don't get anything surprising here as we're in like peak heating. Because sometimes storm can surprise us a little bit. So we'll see if we get any of those today. Looks like Pennsylvania Storm Trackers is coming up close to a storm. See off in the distance there. A little bit of darker clouds out there. Today will probably be the worst day out of all of them. I mean, generally, in comparison to what we have been dealing with, severe weather is calming down quite a bit. And so I'm not really expecting anything too crazy over the pretty much for the remainder of the week. Might have some mesoscale days down there over in parts of New Mexico and Texas. All right, we already go over this one. We did. So back over here near Mount Juliet, just got a little update on this. Still 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Looks like this storm is about to head into the Mount Juliet area and La Verge area next. Not seeing any rotation, just mainly some damaging winds. Looks like the strongest damaging winds are going to be over here near Mount Juliet, to be honest. Days like this can surprise you. It kind of can, but I would say the environment isn't really locked and loaded for anything today other than like severe winds and some damaging hail, maybe. Especially back over there in Texas. Like if we go over to Texas, you can see that we have a lot of little storms trying out here, so eventually might end up seeing something happen. Texas is one of those states that very commonly will surprise you. Kind of like what happened yesterday. Really wasn't too big of a tornado threat yesterday, but one ended up eking a storm out, or a tornado out. Yeah, latest scan on our storm over here near Texas, still some broad circulation with it north of Cosby, but I'm still keeping my eye on it. Back over here near Ohio, we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning over here for Appleton, Patton's Corner, and Utica, Ohio. Looks like they're pushing that down a little bit to the south. Might not be super needed, as this is probably going to rocket out of that severe thunderstorm warning here eventually and still head up towards the Mount Vernon area. And then back over here south of Greenville in parts of Mississippi. Looks like Valwood, Addy, Ambria, and Glen Allen are still in the path here for some hail. And then over there near Chatham, still 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds on that storm. Oh, wow, we just got a golf ball sized hail storm warning issued on this near Mammoth Cave National Park, Munfordville. Watch out. That will probably put some dents into your car and maybe hurt your pet. So I would definitely bring them indoors if you can. Supposed to have some good storms this weekend here in Salt Lake City. All right. Hopefully you see something cool. Do I see any signs of an active upcoming hurricane season? Not really. I don't really look. Like, I don't mean that as in, like, I don't think it's going to be active. I mean that, like, as in, I don't look that far out in the future. Lexington, Tennessee is now under severe thunderstorm warning. Thank you so much for letting me know. Hope everybody is okay out there. They probably are. These aren't really high impact storms, thankfully. Crashed TGR the other day. He was shaking from all the views in the chat. Oh god. Yeah, is that random person we rated? Did they do a good job covering the storms? You're moving from Killeen, Texas to Greensburg, Kentucky soon, one stormy state to another. Yeah, it does be happening. I think you could probably put that on most states, to be honest. Okay, let me stop this. There we go. Okay, we haven't gone over that one. I think this is the last one. Yeah, it's the last one we've been over. All right, golf ball sized hail is now being issued on this storm in Monroe. Watch out over there near West Monroe, Northgate, Town and Country, Magenta, South Winds, over here into northern Louisiana. Definitely a storm to watch out for there. Golf ball sized hail is not fun for you or your car or your pets. I'm back over here in Kentucky. Looks like our storm is almost completely moved on from Owensboro. Still potentially a hail core back in over here, and they did just extend this off to the east into Lewisport, Tell City, Channel, Cloverport here in Kentucky. That's going to be for 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. And then in Ohio, near Butler, Ohio, 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds possible on this. So watch out. Check the velocities just to make sure. Yeah, not a whole lot happening there. All right. Let's come back over here in Texas. Center our radar maybe down here. Yeah, we'll center our radar in just the Texas area where the storms are for a little bit. Any more rotation areas in Ohio? Not really. You had spring storms in Finland. All right. No, we don't use Connor. We don't use Connor Croft or Connor Groff. Not really gonna go. Yeah, not really gonna go crazy on Storm Chasers today. Although we did just get access to Live Storm Media's Storm Chasers. I got them to. This is. I'm not sure if this is like master negotiation or anything, or it's probably stupid, but we can use them if we want for an hour. But they're the ones, or Live Storms Media, yeah, they're the ones with the chasers that have the 4 hour minimum, and I got them to agree to an hourly deal, but it is a little bit more expensive. Hey, Teresa, in this economy, yeah, that's funny. Yeah, we got a little deal with them, so yeah, looks like this rotation over here near Kingwood, Texas, is starting to die off. Thankfully, so we also got a new. We go over. Dang, they're really issuing these quite quickly. Oh, we already went over that one. So many severe thunderstorm warnings. Over here near Tupelo, Mississippi, got some winds increasing on this and also some hail. Quarter-sized hail heading into Tupelo, Mississippi, Verona, Shannon, Okolona, Manatee, and Fulton. Oh,
A new tornado warning has been issued.
new tornado warning. Back over here into Texas for this storm. Interesting that they decided to pull the trigger on that, as the rotation seems to be weaker. Must have gotten some report on this storm, as that rotation is looking pretty iffy, if you ask me. And there doesn't really seem to be much happening with this storm. He just had maybe a nudger back there that kind of pushed into it. Didn't really make the storm go too tornadic. And yeah, not really sure. They must have some sort of report on this. So if you live over there near Sheeks, Wadley, Stilson, South Dakota, or South Dayton, and Ladd here near Dayton, Texas, make sure you guys are in your safe spots. Hello, hello, welcome. What up, what up? Hopefully everybody's doing all right today. What's rotation look like? Weak rotation. Not really sure why they decided to pull the trigger on it now. There must be some sort of report of like a wall cloud or something on this. Let me see if we got any storm spotters in the area. That could help explain some things. Oh, dang. No storm spotters on this storm. So, pretty low chance. See if they say anything in here. Yeah, nothing about a funnel or anything. Not really sure. Not really sure why it was now they decided to pull the trigger on it, as I mean, there's been some stronger, broader rotation in the past, and this is kind of one of the weakest looks it's had. So, not really sure. Yeah, it took a break, a whole day break. Yeah, very broad rotation. Not really concerning at all. I don't know what the thought process was behind there. I'm assuming they've gotten some sort of reportable wall cloud, or maybe there could be some rotation that's not really obvious on radar happening near the surface. That's what I would have to guess. Charles, for subscribing. Why do you help me? Don't know how to deal with that kind of hair problem. All right, looks like we just got an extension of this severe thunderstorm warning near Troy Township, Sheridan, Madison, Mesopotamia, Windsor, and Bristol Township. That's going to be 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. This is in northeastern Ohio. Back over in Georgia, just got a little bit of an update here. About to cross out of Georgia into South Carolina. 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds is going to be possible out there for Anderson and also Allendale. Reed Creek as well is probably about to get some hail out of that storm. North Carolina just got its first severe thunderstorm warning, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Back over here near Bryson City. $50 sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds possible with this heading towards Carson Mill, Jackson Line, and Bryson City. So watch out. And in Tennessee, looks like this storm is kind of struggling near Mount Juliet, as far as I can tell, or maybe that's just because it's under the radar. But back over here near Lavergne and Smyrna, looks like some $50 sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds is going to be possible. So I think that's a little bit of an upgrade there. Checking on our latest rotation here in our tornado warning. Yeah, there must be some sort of report from a storm chaser because I am just not seeing anything. Let me see if any of the any storm chasers that I work with are nearby it, just so I can at least see the storm. I'm not going to use them, but I want to see. There's a chaser in Tennessee. A couple of chasers in Tennessee. Wow. Another one over there in Indiana. Heather's starting to make her way there. Don't think we're gonna. I'm surprised at how many storm chasers are live in Tennessee. There are a lot of storm chasers in the southeast, and what we typically do is just not, care if there's tornadic activity or not. You've got the Harris County scanner up to listen. Yeah, let me know what you hear from them. Have I ever experienced a tornado? I've been close to a couple. I've seen a bunch, or not a bunch, but I've seen quite a few. I think I'm around 10 tornadoes seen with my eyeballs. Mother Nature chill for like 2 days. What an absurd ask from Mother Nature to do. She has no chill this year. Looks like they are allowing the severe thunderstorm warning to expire for Knoxville. Man, I wish. I'm right there with you. I would obviously like more than a day and a half break, but no, I mean, today's going to be pretty chill, I think. I mean, we're going to get tornado warnings every now and then, but I think our risk for tornadoes is on the lower end of the spectrum. But what is this? What is this I'm seeing with my eyeballs here? That's moving away. That's moving towards maybe a little bit of a circulation developing back over here, but that doesn't really seem to be associated with any precipitation at the moment. And it's elevated north of the boundary, so that's probably some side lobe there. Seen a few water spouts. Yeah, water spouts are cool, I think. I think they're cooler than most tornadoes, honestly. I once had this like big old tube of water spout happen like very close to me, but I was like completely unaware of it because I was asleep. And that was a sad day. It happened near like Destin. Sad day. Let me change the angle of my camera here. It's a little off. There we go. All right, let's say we got our latest scan in. You know, where I would assume a tornado would happen with this storm, if one would try, it would be over here near Sheiks. As there's our outflow boundary, and that's kind of latched onto the boundary a little bit. But we also appear to have another supercell back over here in its rear flank. And given the fact that we have such weak probably such a weak storm relative inflow into this storm, this might be a little bit too much for this storm to produce a tornado. because we're going to be getting a lot of RFD pushed into this thing. And, you kind of need a balance right there in that mesocyclone. You got to think, well, it's hard to explain further than that, but balance is off with the storm, I will say, which is probably why it's struggling. I think is that most recent severe thunderstorm warning. Let's go check in on it. Yeah, we do got a couple of new updates. We got one over here near Mayfield Heights, Salon, Bainbridge, Aurora. We got a severe thunderstorm warning with 1 inch hail. Well, let's see. Yeah, 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. And another one in Ohio with ping pong ball sized hail now. That's moving off to the north and east, past Spring Mountain, south of Clark. All need to be indoors and away from windows. Over here in Indiana, we also have another severe thunderstorm warning moving towards Tell City, Channelton, and Cloverport. And then near Tennessee, we have another one moving up towards Lynchburg and Tullahoma here in southern Tennessee. That's my birthplace, about to get smacked by some hail and wind. And then Hollandale, 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds heading your way as well. That's Hollandale, Mississippi. They're just to the north and east, kind of on the border there still of Arkansas, Louisiana, and Missouri or in Mississippi. Latest scan here, still not a whole lot's changed. Unless there's something sneaky in this storm that's just not showing up on radar, not really much to say about it. But if you live over there near Dayton, guys, still need to be in your safe spots here in along 90, just to the west of Dayton, Texas. You can see pretty close to Houston area, but thankfully not in the Houston area. And even if it was, I wouldn't be overly concerned, because if this thing does produce anything, it's going to be really, really brief and really weak. How does it cost money for the NWS to do radar scans? It does, actually, but it is paid for by taxpayers. And if you divided it all, everything that the NWS does, between everybody in the United States that pays taxes, it's about $4 a year from you and me. So the price of a Starbucks cup of coffee. What's my favorite color? Blue. I really like blue. I like blue. Blue's a good color. Dang. Seems like every time I look away, we went over that one. We get more severe thunderstorm warnings. Over here near Georgia, heading up to Eaton, 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. This is on northern Georgia, about to cross over into southern Tennessee. South Carolina has another severe thunderstorm warning. That's moving down towards Young's, Gary Court, and Hickory Tavern. Pretty outflow dominant storm there, so some cool air is going to arrive first with some gusty winds and then maybe some hail after that. In Kentucky, over here near Munfordville, just to the north and east of Bowling Green, Horse Cave, the cave where all the horses are, Munford as well. Need to be indoors and away from all the windows. The famous horse cave. Everybody knows about that. This is a cave with horses. We also have a new severe thunderstorm warning, or maybe just an update here near Louisiana for some half-dollar sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds, moving in along Highway 20 just to the east of Monroe. That should be moving away from Monroe. And then in Texas, we have a severe thunderstorm warning over near Hemp Hill for 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. And there's Sabine National Forest and Hemp Hill and Zavala. And in Tennessee, we have a new little update here on this warning. Looks like they've dropped the hail on it and still have 60-mile-per-hour winds heading close to Clarksburg and Wildersville, Yuma, and Westport. Back over here in Texas. It looks like our rotation is still very broad, so still not much to say about this storm on the radar presentation, but I am keeping my eye out for upgrades here, just in case we get some sort of storm chaser report. That's what I'm assuming, that we must have a rotation with this storm near the surface that's just not showing up on radar. The cave to store the horses. Exactly. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but everybody I know puts their horses in caves. It's like really cool in there. You don't have to pay for air conditioning. So, horse cave. What a weird town name, though, right? Can you imagine going into a cave and just seeing a bunch of horses? Heavy rain here. Yeah. A lot of folks are getting a lot of heavy rain. With horse paintings. Ooh, that'd be even cooler. New severe thunderstorm warning over here near Anderson and Sandy Springs. That's going to be for 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. And then back over here near Ohio, near Gambier, Howard, Millward, and Danville. This is just to the north and east of Columbus, Ohio. All of you guys need to be indoors and away from windows up here. Watch out for that storm. Got a little bit of 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds in there. I think we've said 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds now, probably a good 10,000 times. We're getting really close to that 10,000 mark. It's the PA storm trackers. They're in Texas near Round Rock. They're not really that close to this storm that we're watching right now, but eventually they will probably get on a nice little storm. If I had to guess, they're pretty good chasers. There is actually a horse cave in Horse Cave. What? You actually live in Horse Cave? Do you live inside the cave with the horses, or do you live in the city of Horse Cave? Mm. Yeah, all right. Let's see what the latest is on our tornado warning. Yeah, still not much to say. Same thing still goes for everybody here near Wadley, Stilson and Ladd. There's just not much to say in terms of radar. I mean, there's no rotation as far as I can see, but there must be something happening near the surface that spooked the NWS out here. Don't bears live in caves? No, bears. Usually people keep bears like in fences near their house, right? And they feed it like salt blocks and stuff. But it's the horses that live in the caves, actually. As you can tell, proof by Horse Cave, Kentucky. That is all I need. See, you got Horse Cave here, but just down to the south and east, you have Bear Wallow. See, it's not Bear Cave, it's Bear Wallow, and yeah, and this over here is just a city full of caves. There's not actually people that live there. It's just a city full of caves. Ooh, I love having fun with the city names. Like my favorite thing. We gone over this one near Tupelo? We haven't. Over here near Mantashy and Fulton, still have a 60-mile-per-hour winds, 1-inch hail heading your way. It's still kind of hanging around the Tupelo area. This thing really isn't moving too much, is it? Yeah, it's moving pretty slow. Check rotation on these guys just in case. Nothing. Back over here near Tennessee. So we get another little update. Looks like they're going to allow this severe thunderstorm warning to expire south and east of Nashville near Smyrna. And then back over here in Ohio, have a little storm moving off to the east. A new severe thunderstorm warning was issued near Amity. Trying to keep that warning alive. I mean, other than that, there's just really not. I mean, no rotations that I can see over here near Ohio yet. But we're still keeping an eye on it. Also, lots of little thunderstorms down over here near Chillicothe that are starting to pop up near Lancaster, Marietta, Belpre. Looks like most of them are moving off to the north and east as well. Just a lot of thunderstorm activity happening all across this line today. Bats live in caves? No, they don't. It's only horses. Not sure if you knew that, but it's only horses that live in caves. People like you. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if you've ever seen it, but the bats are the animals that live in houses and cages. And like if you like ring a doorbell too many times around them, they start to they start to mimic the sounds of it. But it's actually horses that live in caves, not bats. Did I show how to get severe weather warnings? There's actually somebody made like a free program not too long ago. Let's see here. North Carolina just got a new severe thunderstorm warning over here near Bryson City and Carson Mill, Jackson Line, DeHart Mill, and Loadata. It's like it's still got that $half sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Should go south of Bryson City, though, it appears. And back over to our NATO warning. The storm looks a little bit more interesting, I will say, but you can still tell it pretty obviously it is outflow dominant at the moment. Lots of cold air inside of it. Can't rule out maybe a little spin up near that boundary, I guess. I would still be in your safe spots out here near Waldley and Stilson. And also, 1-inch hail is also possible with that storm. Witnessing small hail here in Huntersville, Charlotte. Small cell. Yeah, it's a pretty small cell there in the north. Is that South Carolina or North Carolina? New severe thunderstorm warning over here in Mississippi for Hollandale. 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Watch out. Hail will come pretty close to you there in Hollandale. Another one over here near Louisiana for Noble, Zoll, or Zwalmany, Fisher, and Florent. Robeline and Provincial. The storm's looking quite interesting. Horses don't live in no cave. I mean, all right, I understand the doubt. But as you can see, very obviously here by this city, that is my source for everything. Oh, does it not exist anymore? Why isn't it popping up? Are they not letting me? Bring me to Horse Cave. There we go. I mean, can you argue with me now? Source, Horse Cave, Kentucky. That's my source. Oh, Chazzy. It's nothing small, quick cells. Yeah, that's how most of the day is going to be. It's just really weak cells. New severe thunderstorm update up here. 60-mile-per-hour winds, 1-inch hail. Still, one storm's going to be coming into Windsor, and another one over there near Chardon and Bainbridge.
Watch has been issued.
And then another one back over here in Ohio for 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. This one's actually pretty close to the West Virginia and Ohio border near Coolville, Little Hocking, and Fillmore. Just going to leave this up over here. Just wait for it to come in. Thank you, Chandler, for the 2. Does Florence have any worries today? I mean, I wouldn't overly worry about it. New severe thunderstorm warning on our storm itself. $half sized hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds on it near Dayton. Still an outflow dominated storm, even though it looks like it has just the classic hook, like it's about to produce just like a massive tornado. It's not. Again, hooks do not mean that. Hooks mean, that you at the very least have a developing an updraft here that is putting up moisture, strong enough storm to put up moisture into the shear environment. And the updraft, pretty stout updraft there, but again, still an outflow dominant storm right now.
A new severe thunderstorm watch has been issued.
Maybe Horse Cave is where all the horses drink and watch Mr. for fun. That is possible. How's Fall Rock, Kentucky for this evening till tonight? Let me see. Fall Rock, Kentucky. Like you guys are in a severe thunderstorm watch out there. Yeah, I mean, looks like you guys have a couple of thunderstorms popping up around you. These will probably eventually become severe risks, but it's going to be very hit or miss until our main threat gets there, which is mainly just this line of severe thunderstorms that is slowly propagating to the east-northeast in Tennessee and Kentucky. And that'll probably be later on tonight when that happens. Another little storm back over here. This one actually over here near Falls at Imperial Oak. has a little bit extra rotation there, but again, very broad circulation at the moment. Not really overly concerned. It looks like that allowed that tornado warning there to expire, which really isn't overly surprising at this point. Mm, I don't know if I want to use SRM today. I might. Just depends. I just want to keep it nice and cheap. I might bring Pagey Tornado on. I just don't think it's going to be that widespread of a day. And my views are going to be way down today because it's just not a very active day. Too much competition on a low end day just does not go well for this channel. So we're just going to keep it nice and light today. Yeah, it looks like they have yeah. That was the last warning we got. Okay. Any Sharknadoes? Yeah, maybe small threat for Sharknadoes today. 2-inch sized hail. So this storm over here is now warned for 2-inch sized hail here near Dayton, Texas, and Kennefic. That's going to be hail that's big enough to break some windows there. So I would definitely be indoors and well away from those windows. Do you keep chickens in caves? No, caves are only for horses. Yeah. Yeah, nothing else lives in a cave, like no bugs or anything. It's just it's just horses. I'm surprised most of y'all don't know this. Horse Cave is a city. There are many caves in Kentucky. One happens to be the Hidden River Cave. Ooh, nice. Finally, less than 100,000 people without power here. Wow. Yeah, that Pennsylvania storm was freaking crazy, man. That thing was a chonker. Definitely did a lot of damage up there as well. What school do you go to learn more about Horse Cave? Probably, I'm sure there's like a Horse Cave College or something. That's all right. I mean, I just can't like I have to be realistic, right? I can't just bring on a whole bunch of help. It's just not realistic. It goes against my beliefs. Goes against my beliefs, my morals. No more bow echoes. Right, right. We could get we were supposed to actually get a couple of bow echoes today, but they didn't really do much. They kind of fell apart. Oh wow, this storm over here in near Hillsboro, Texas, south of Fort Worth, about to head into Waco, West, Hillsboro, and Ithaca. We're talking about 65-mile-per-hour winds possible with this thing. 1-inch hail, so some pretty stout winds there near Ithaca. Also, Ohio just got a new thunderstorm warning near Artana, Bladensburg. That's going to be, again, for 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. And then Tennessee, over here north of Lynchburg, Tennessee. Looks like we got this storm still propagating off to the north towards Hilltop, eventually with 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds inside of that guy. Also in South Carolina, we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning for this storm. Wouldn't be surprised if it got extended into Anderson, 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. That is up there into northwestern South Carolina. And then we also had another one back over here near Kentucky, back in near Horse Cave, our favorite city in the United States. Watch out there near Horse Cave, Bear Wallow. We got about still 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds about to head into you. Also another, no, we already went over that. All right, perfect. Perfect. And that's the latest. 2% chance is still a chance. It is technically still a chance. Horse NATO percent, let me check. Near in the Tennessee area, the horse NATO percentage is at around 20%. Kentucky around 20%. 10% over there near Richmond. And again, that's just like a 10% chance of getting a tornado within the watch area, which is different from like your typical probabilities that you would technically see. It's a 2% risk across the entire area. That's what we're used to. So we'll just use that one. But it's pretty cool that they show that information now. Yeah, you can see a 2% extends all the way from Austin, New Braunfels, San Antonio, all the way up into Kentucky. Is there anything coming to South Carolina today? Yeah. I mean, we've had a couple of severe thunderstorms, mainly up here in northern South Carolina near like the Greenville area. Shouldn't be much of a tornado threat, just some severe winds possible. New little update over here near Clarksburg. Got a severe thunderstorm warning pushing off to the east towards Holiday here in a little bit. Looks like it's still for. Actually, looks like they might allow that. Yeah, they're allowing that one to actually expire. Actually, here we'll let our radar be right here in this area for a while as we wait. Turn that off. Be back in a few. All right. See you soon. Baby head and horse cave. Man, I wonder how many baby heads are in horse cave. What about anything in central Pennsylvania? Let me see. Central Pennsylvania. I think that's gonna be later on today. There's no storms there like that are severe right now, but eventually a couple of these guys, especially maybe even near like New Cambria, could become severe eventually. A lot of little pop-up thunderstorms wouldn't rule out some isolated severe hail. Should be pretty low on the tornado chances though. New update on our North Carolina storm. Looks like they're allowing this severe thunderstorm warning to expire near Bryson City. Over here near Georgia, still have this severe thunderstorm warning. This is in northern Georgia, just north and east of Dalton, heading towards Cisco, Dugan, and Gregory next here. Back over in Texas, got a new severe thunderstorm warning. They're allowing to expire. That's going to be over near Pine Island. This is the one that was over there northwestern northwest of Houston, and then this one back over here in Ohio, 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds, heading into Holmesville here soon. What is Circleville, Ohio, going to get storms? Let me see, Circleville. Looks like Circleville is actually circled, surrounded here by storms right now. So it's going to be pretty hit or miss. Looks like your next chances are going to be these storms back over here south and west of Columbus. Back in the Tennessee area. Let the radar run a little bit down here so folks can see all their storms. Tired of all this rain. Yeah. I think everybody's getting tired of this nonstop bullcrap from Mother Nature. I think we're all on the same page there. All right, let's go check back in with PA storm trackers. Looks like we got some clouds. Wow. AG live yet? Always interested to see where she picks to go live. By the way, guys, Paigey hit 10,000 subscribers, which is a huge milestone. It's like Paigey goes live in 50 minutes. But I just quack? No. I didn't quack. There's some quacks on that windshield there. We got 4 inches last night here in Henderson, Texas. Oh, all right. Really sure that's appropriate for chat. Get an appointment soon. He'll be back. Yeah, don't worry about it. Uh chat's pretty calm right now. Oh, 4 inches of rain. Gotcha, gotcha. Hey, thank you, the cynical banana, for being a member for a whole month. Thank you so much. Yeah, you guys are definitely definitely the way you are in chat, probably because of me. Man, so many new severe thunderstorm warnings. This one over here near Alabama. Uh-oh. Half-dollar sized hail heading in towards Priceville, Triana, and Huntsville, Alabama. So watch out there. Got some storms coming y'all's way, and eventually my way, it looks like. Might have to do a members only severe thunderstorm stream. We get one. Over here near Red Boiling Springs in northern Tennessee, just to the north and east of actually more on the border of Kentucky and Tennessee. 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds on that storm. Mississippi over here near Aberdeen has 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds into Amory and Hatley here shortly, and then eventually Aberdeen as well. Gonna have a close call there. Near Ohio, still keeping an eye on these storms. Near Mesopotamia, Troy Township, Green Kings Township, and Andover. That is also for 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour. Ohio, back over here. Looks like they might be allowing this one to expire. Yep, over there near Artana, just south and east of Mount Vernon, Ohio. They're allowing that one to expire. Back here in Mississippi, another severe thunderstorm warning. Looks like they have 60-mile-per-hour winds observed in that one. About to head into the Tremont area near Belmont. And back over here near Ohio, near Chardon. So they're going to be allowing this one to expire there shortly, but it's going to be replaced by this one that still has that 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds about to come into Middleton and Mesopotamia. And that is the latest. Let's center our radar back over here in Texas. We haven't been doing that in Louisiana for a while. Let me make sure. Yeah, we're good to go there. Is a storm going to hit Cecilia, Kentucky? Well, as long as you live in Kentucky, I think it's a pretty decent possibility. At the very least, that one will come close to you. We'll move our radar back over here near Louisiana. Do I think Morgan County storm special weather statement will get upgraded? Let me see. Morgan County. I'm guessing, yeah, the one over there near Ohio. Yeah, it's possible. I mean, it's got a little bit of a hail core in there near Bristol and Rainersville. I wouldn't rule that one out. Eventually becoming severe, but it really just depends on what ends up happening. I mean, there could be bigger hail than what's being said. They're probably just waiting for folks to report stuff out from that one. That one eventually will move towards like Caldwell, Ohio. What are the factors that count a storm as severe? Hail and wind. If you get hail of up to 1 inch hail and above, it'll become severe, or 60-mile-per-hour winds or above, it'll become severe. And it's just a lot of small scale severe weather, to be honest. I mean, it's a wide area that has severe storms, but this is pretty typical for this time of year. So nothing too crazy. A lot of storms that are easily able to survive here across the country. Nothing really super dangerous, except this one's, I would say, a little bit more dangerous. 65-mile-per-hour winds on this storm, about to head into Hillsboro, Texas. I'm just struggling where to like center my radar because there's just so much going on. Any storms near Arlington? No. There's one, there's like rain happening there, but the strongest storms near the Fort Worth, Dallas area are like to your south. Might eventually get some severe weather from these guys if they can mature before they get into that area. Where there's the most severe warnings. Well, I mean, there's people tuning in from different areas, so I'm just trying to cover everybody. There's a lot going on. My goodness, are all these ones that we haven't gone over? No, we've gone over the Mississippi ones. Over here near Athens, Georgia, 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds heading towards Hull, Colbert, and Danielsville now. Over here near Louisiana, northeastern Louisiana, east of Monroe, the storm is still pushing off towards the east, towards Epes and Delhi. Same thing. In Tennessee, near Lafayette, heading towards Red Boiling Springs. Still the same thing. 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds heading towards Red Boiling Springs. In Ohio, quarter-sized hail heading towards Granada-Houghton, Ericksville, Newport, Barnhill, Sherrodsville, Leesville, and Bowerston. In Indiana, 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds are heading towards Cordon, Lanesville, and Georgetown. That is southern Louisiana or Indiana. Eventually, a lot of these storms are going to try to move into the Louisville, Kentucky area eventually. And in Alabama, looks like over here near Hackleburg, Hamilton, Gwynn, Vernon, Fayette, and Millport. They're just south of Florence. Looks like we got some 60-mile-per-hour winds and nickel-sized hail coming towards you guys. And then over here near New Athens, Flushing, Harrisville, and Cadiz, Ohio, 1 inch hail is possible for you guys there. And that's the latest. Put our radar up here for a little bit. In the Ohio area, any PDS storms yet? No. I think the worst hailstorm that we have ongoing right now was we got 65-mile-per-hour winds, and then we had this 2 inch hailstorm back over here near Dayton, Texas. Still warned for that, heading towards Kenfick and Liberty. Tomorrow Georgetown, Delaware's risk. Let me see. Yeah, tomorrow, a little bit of severe weather possible over there near Dover and Wilmington there. Same thing for today, little risk over there as well. And day 3, yeah, it looks like tomorrow or today and tomorrow could have some severe weather possibility over there. Is it pizza time yet? No. Trying to stay away from the pizza. A new little update. Looks like this storm over here near Hillsboro is about to come in. Might be a little bit larger hail than what's indicated here by our severe thunderstorm warning. These storms are definitely looking pretty interesting here. Again, 65-mile-per-hour winds are about to move through the Hillsboro area. Eventually, that's going to try to make it down into Waco, maybe. All right, new severe thunderstorm warning over here near Many, Pleasant Hill, and Converse in Louisiana. 60-mile-per-hour winds, quarter-sized hail. Over here near South Carolina, south of Greenville, kind of in the northern portion of the state. Got another 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds heading off towards Woodruff, Inori, Gray Court. Back up in Ohio, I have another update here near Butler. Tornado possible tag is now on this storm. A little bit of rotation there near Fredericton, but a lot of that is side lobe. But 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. About to head into Fredericktown here in just a little bit there, north of Mount Vernon, Ohio, heading towards Loudonville. It's just north of Columbus. Into Georgia. Got another severe thunderstorm, or another update on this severe thunderstorm. Looks like we have 1 inch hail observed here in this hail core here, about to move into Alcolzy, Georgia, and then 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and some quarter-sized hail over here in Texas. This is north of Houston near Roman Forest and Kingwood. A little bit of rotation still exists on the storm, still pretty broad, not overly concerning. We got a lot of storms in its forward flank. That's probably going to really hurt this storm's tornado chances right now. Favorite Twister movie is the original Twister. The second one I thought was just super corny. You're going to have pizza for dinner? Enjoy. What's the main risk for Fall Rock, Kentucky? Just hail and wind. Hail and wind is going to be the main risk pretty much for everybody today. Can't rule out a small chance for tornadoes. But again, we're dealing with a 2% tornado outlook today. And, the risk of it all is not very elevated, if you ask me. And we're almost completely done with the tornado threat for a lot of folks. Like back over there, like Memphis, Charlotte, or Clarksville, Owensboro, Madisonville, like in those areas. You can see, we have a pretty large area here where severe weather is happening. But again, this isn't like one of those loaded gun environments where we could see just tons of tornadoes. Like the only area where I can really see like a tornado threat actually spitting out a tornado today is going to be back over near like Austin and like LaGrange and Columbus. If any of these storms can latch onto the boundary that's sitting down here. But as you can see, we're not really seeing much of that happening yet. What's PA Storm Trackers doing? They've just been sitting here forever. What are they up to?
Too bad.
What are they doing out here?
Connie, yes. You can, yeah. Go ahead.
No more for Grandma looking at the chat. She gets herself in too much trouble with y'all.
Uh-oh. What Grandma do?
Just shush.
Drink the drink. It's Coke.
Yeah, drink the drink and shush.
It's nothing else.
Drink the drink and shush.
They got some food.
Let's get on the road.
And they're getting on the road.
Okay.
Maybe they'll see something out there. Who knows? Yeah, that tornado warning has been allowed to expire a long time ago. Long time ago. That was this storm over here. This one still has 2-inch hail, though. About to head into Dayton and Liberty and Kennewick. All right. We gone over this one. Yeah, we went over that one. Ohio. Yeah. Went over that one before. Tennessee. Over near Red Boiling Springs. Looks like that they're going to allow this severe thunderstorm warning to expire, but there could be still some decent hail there near Red Boiling Springs. New update over here for the Huntsville severe thunderstorm warning. Looks like our 1-inch hail is now observed over there near Decatur. Heading into Priceville, Mooresville, and Bellamina next. Eventually, that's going to be trying to make it into Madison and Huntsville. Also, some storms firing to the south that might eventually make it into New Hope and Owens Crossroads. Looking forward to that. Back over here, severe thunderstorm warning, 1-inch hails. Main problem, wind's not too bad. I'm heading to Ericksville. And in Ohio, near New Athens and Lafferty in Harrisville, got another severe thunderstorm warning with ping pong ball-sized hail on it. Ping pong ball-sized hail. That's a decent amount. Flash flood warning in Puerto Rico. Oh, yeah. We got a couple of flash flood warnings and flood reports out here. Low water crossing being flooded with rapidly flowing water. Over here near Guaynabo. Emergency managers reported flood waters entered a residence. So, yeah, it looks like some pretty decent floodings happening out over there in Puerto Rico. Is it still raining out there? Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah, y'all got a lot of rain. It doesn't really seem to be moving too much. Wow. Look at that. Well, we got some orographic lift with those mountains here in Puerto Rico, and that just dropped a kind of a ridiculous amount of rain there for a little bit. So watch out there, especially on the base of the mountains here in Puerto Rico. If you have any rivers or creeks nearby you. How's Pennsylvania looking? It's looking still got a lot of thunderstorms firing out over here near Limestone and Brookville, but none of them are severe just yet. All right, new severe update over here into Kentucky. 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds, heading into Greensburg and in Campbellsville, Kentucky here shortly. And that is over there near Horse Cave, Kentucky, or near Campbellsville. Seems to be a big enough city for reference. Look at all these storms in Tennessee and Alabama. Just a very stormy day. It seems like almost every little bit of moisture is just being allowed to make a storm. Over here on PA storm trackers, a little bit of dark clouds near Lano, Texas. What's going on in Lano? We got some little puffy clouds out there, but that's about it. A little bit of rain out there. Nice. Noise. Yeah, new update over here in Kentucky. Oh, no, we already went over that. Never mind. This one. New severe thunderstorm warning out here for 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds near Natchitoches, heading towards Powhatan and Campty, Goldana, and Calvin. Argentina just had 11 consecutive earthquakes, spawning multiple tsunami warnings. Wow. That's scary. Oh, wow. We have a 2-inch hail now in Ohio. Check this out near New Athens, Harrisville, and Ramsey. Yikes. If you live over there, watch out. This storm is really putting down the hail out here in Ohio. Check back in with this storm over here near Waco and West. I still warm for 5 miles per hour. About to head into West next. Lacey, Lakeview, and Waco. Did any of those earthquakes produce tsunamis? That looked like that in Oklahoma? No. Not talking about those kind of storms today, thankfully. Damn. Well, I was feeling energy, but I'm already feeling tired again. Jeez Louise. It's only been an hour 40. Maybe we'll wait for something else to happen, huh? I don't know. I'm an old man. We're getting some more updates here on this severe thunderstorm warning heading towards Beach City and Brewster. 1 inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds up there. Back over near Alabama, got a new update on this storm as well. Still 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds. Heading in Red Bay right now. Eventually, is going to try to make its way up into Florence. Back over here near Ohio, near Green, Bristol Township, and Rome. Got 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds coming your way soon. Quarter-sized hail now near Ericksville. Much of a wind threat still. In Georgia, heading towards Iva and Lounsville. 1-inch hail, 60-mile-per-hour winds are coming your way. And then over here near Due West, same thing. That's in Georgia, pretty much on the border there of South Carolina and Georgia. In fact, parts of the East, Due West and Abbeville are in South Carolina there. And near Ohio and West Virginia, we have a severe thunderstorm warning moving into Vienna, North Hills Central, just north of Parkersburg. Tsunami issue is ongoing. Okay, thank you. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna get off, folks. I'm gonna enjoy my severe thunderstorms for a little bit, and I might come back on later if we get something a little bit more active happening. But I don't think I'm just gonna waste all that little energy I have on a day like this. I mean, there's a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings out there. Don't get me wrong, but it's just it's really not that. None of these storms are really that potent. As long as you're indoors and away from windows, you're gonna be perfectly fine. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Just wanted to come back on here for a little bit and say hello. Hopefully you guys are having a wonderful day. And hopefully you continue to have such a wonderful day. And enjoy your severe thunderstorms. A lot of these storms are, if you're a weather lover, this is like a perfect day for everybody out here. I mean, you got plenty of storms that aren't really going to be doing much damage at all to you or your property, but some storms that are going to be fun to look at. Nice little shelf clouds definitely out there a lot for a lot of folks. And if you are scared of storms, just trust me, be indoors and away from windows. Most of these storms, every now and then, like we have over here in Ohio, we're going to get one that, has a little bit bigger hail, 2-inch hail. And if you get put under one of those warnings, I would take it a little bit more seriously. But I'll be back on if we get anything else that it's like actually looking, maybe a little bit more tornadic or something. But it's just, it's an enhanced risk mainly for the coverage of the severe weather possible today, not really for like anything that's going to be like significant, except for like down here where we have maybe a little bit of a higher chance for that 2-inch hail. But all right, I'm gonna go look at the storms.